Hello YouTube, this is Shirley426, and today we have the review of the Astrobots Apollo. Now, for those who don't know what this is basically some time ago I have reviewed the Astrobots Argus about a few months ago, and that was a very good figure. Now, these figures were also are also made by Toy Notch, which is an individual company as far as I know, and these are one of the best figures I have ever played with or touched, and I am just amazed with the quality of these figures. So ever since I was able to get Argus, I have been looking for the Apollo for a long time, because apparently a lot of sellers had the Argus, which is the black one, but the Apollo seemed to be much more popular, hence there weren't any stock left around. But finally I was able to get one thanks to a friend of mine, and yeah, once again it has basically satisfied my expectations. So let's see what we got. So first of all, one thing that you should know about these figures is that these are not made by a huge company like Bandai or Hasbro. These are made by an individual company as well. And once you open the box, it's a very simple looking box. I really love the simple design, and actually this is the design that a lot of companies should be going for these days, because well, at least in Korea, the law regarding packaging has been much more has become more serious, where like there shouldn't be a certain amount of empty spaces inside the box. So this one is definitely ruling over that. So we have some simple descriptions going on here, and they are making, I believe this company is making a comic book for the Astrobot series. So, and I believe you can watch chapter 1 on their Facebook page, I believe. So yeah, do go give it a try. So let's get it out of the stand. Let's see what we got. So first of all, let's go over components. The component is nothing. All you get is the figure itself. This thing does not come with any weapons or add-ons as well. Of course, they actually did release a third release, which is a spider type mech, which can become his weapons and backpack for the Argus or Apollo. So I might get that in the future, but for now, I'm not too sure at the moment. So let's see what we got with the articulation. So the articulation is very good. So for those who haven't seen my Argus review yet, here it is. So let's see what we got. So let's start with the head. So with the head definitely looks much more cool. I do like the skeleton-ish head going on here, and then the head can go down that much, up that much, and then 360 twist. I wouldn't say it's really possible unless you force it or somehow you work your way around. So far this is as far as I can go, or maybe I can force it around, but I don't think I should, because number one, because if you press down the head, there is a LED gimmick going on here. So Argus had yellow LEDs on his eyes. Apollo has blue LEDs, which is actually much more, which works much more better compared to Argus, because Argus, his eyes sometimes it doesn't really look that well with the yellow LEDs, but with the blue LEDs, it works very well. So once you press the head, it goes on for about 15 seconds or less than that, and then it will turn off on its own. So, which is why I don't think you should be messing with the head articulation too much, but still. The batteries go onto the back, where if you can slide this section down, and you can put in 2 LR44 batteries here. So yeah, very simple gimmick, and you can just lock that into place. Well, I also do like that it doesn't require any screws. Okay, so we've seen the head going on here. So let's look at the body. The body is also pretty good. The articulation on this figure is very top notch, if I have to be honest, because I think this might even go better than SHF Figure Arts, to be honest. So the body articulation. So on the top section we have a very nice ab crunch and back bend going on here. So very good backbone, I guess, if you ask me. So very good. We have first we have a bending point here, which I believe is another joint going on here, but it's really hard to tell what kind of joint it is, and I don't think this is a ball joint, because this figure doesn't really use too many ball joints, so more of a hinge system. And then if you look at on the middle section, we have another. If the camera could focus, so on the middle section right over here, we have another bending point right over here. So this section right over here, and then yeah, with that we can go more with that. And then on the bottom section here, this also rotates 360, I believe. I believe this section, or almost 360, because actually the design is actually colliding. But if you kind of force it, you can go 360. But once again, it's never good to force anything on a figure or toy, or whatever in general, I guess. I believe there is a little bit rotation on the top, but yeah, once again, I'm not really too sure how far it goes, because I can't really see the joint inside. So once again, excellent body articulation, because we don't see many kits or even figures do this too often. Of course, when it comes to kits, it would depend on the price point and what level it is, I guess. And then let's look at the shoulders. The shoulders are pretty interesting. So number one, we have the shoulders right over here. They can move forward and backward like that, very nice. But you can also pull it out a little bit for extra more articulation. And then this is just, I don't think this is supposed to move or supposed to be a thing, but this section also moves on the armor as well. And once again, the arms can go 360, very nice, with no problem at all. And then the arms can go 90 degrees to the side. So once again, 360 is no problem there. And on the lower arm, this arm itself is able to rotate, but it's a very stiff rotation. So yeah, it might require some extra strength going on here. And bend-wise, we have a nice double-jointed bend, I believe, because the way how the structure is. Very nice joint going on here. And then the hands are also very good. So you can rotate the hand 360. As well. Once again, kind of the wrist is kind of on the stiff side, and then if you look at the hands, everything is articulated. Each finger can move side to side like that, to the point like you can do that, and then each finger is individually articulated. So there's 1, 2, 3 joints going on here. So the first bend, and then the second bend, and then the third bend on the top. So very nice. Even the thumb has another bend going on here, and then ball jointed thumb, and this thing does not pop out, so no need to worry about that. And it seems like they just use the same mold for each hand, so they can just make this easily, because it seems like if you just swap the thumb here, you can just make the other hand as well. But still, very nice. And one thing I should mention about that is, compared to Argus, the only thing that Apollo is lacking is hand blasters, because if you look at Argus right over here on the top of the hands, he has these, oops, sorry about that, he has these blaster type of weapons going on here, but Apollo does not have any of that. To be fair, I believe he's not much of a like combat type mech, as far as I know, if based on like chapter 1 of the comic I've seen so far, but who knows, because I believe they are working on like an upgrade kit or like a power armor kind of thing for these mechs, I believe. Now let's look at the legs. Actually, I guess the waist should be more first. So the waist, the waist itself does not move, but of course it can move thanks to the extra joint right over here. And then this part can also move. And then 360 is possible on the on the legs as well. And then another 360 side swivel going on here, very nice. Now, one thing, by looking at the back, if you look at the design here, when you rotate the leg, it's not going to be like a vertical spin. It's going to be like more of an angular spin due to the design, because the legs or side does not have a forward or backward movement going on here. So just keep that in mind. And then, so with that, you can go about 90-degree kick or even more, depending on how you do it. It just really depends on like where or how you pose it. And then back as well, very nice. And then we have a nice joint, nice bend going on here as well. And with the feet now, compared to Argus now, Apollo has much more humanish feet where he has these toes going on here. Luckily, the toes are not individually articulated, because I think that would look a little bit, a little bit interesting. But still, we have a nice toe bend going on here as well. I believe there's nothing on the back of the feet as well. And then the feet seems to be ball jointed, I believe. Or no, not ball jointed. It looks like ball jointed, but still, it's just multiple joints going on here. So it's not a ball joint, it's multiple joints. So we have a very nice pivot going on here as well. And then I believe, because of the design of that, there is no 360 twist on the feet, but you can go forward and backward like that. So don't try to force the feet to rotate. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for the articulation. So I'm pretty sure for those who are interested, I'm pretty sure you guys are interested in how big this thing is, because sometimes even a figure can look amazing, but sometimes to some people, if it's too small, it could be not worth buying. But still, I say this is a very good height. So I'm going to go one by one. So let's see. Here is next to a standard HG kit. You can see it's definitely taller than a standard HG kit going on here. So much more taller. And then here is a standard master grade kit going on here. So you could say they're almost about the same height, or you can basically say he is on the height of a standard master grade kit. For those who are not used to model kits, here is next to a SHF figure art. Here's the recent 01 going on here. So you can see it's still taller than a standard SHF figure art. So yeah, it definitely has a very good size going on here, and here is next to his counterpart Argus. Once again, I really enjoy Argus as well, so I'm really happy to get Apollo as well. So I believe the team of Toy Notch is working on more designs going on here, more humanoid designs and more big designs like these guys, so I'm really hoping to see more. And then I believe they also did a collaboration with some place called Toy Alliance, and they are going to release, they are technically taking pre-orders for something called a Bounty Hunter Crivo or something like that, which is based on the Astrobots the mold here. So he's it has a more cowboy steampunk design, so I am going to try to get one if I can find a good price, because the price compared to the Crivo, the Bounty Hunter one, is definitely higher than these two. These guys are around like $60 to $80, depending on where you can find it, or maybe up to $90, but yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the review. So this was the review of the Astrobots Apollo. If you definitely have interested, do definitely get one for yourself, and because it also supports the company as well. Anyway, thanks for watching the reviews. This was the review of the Astrobots Apollo. If you guys got any questions or requests, in the comment below. I still have more stuff to buy and build and make reviews out, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time.